Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to Throwbacks, where we talk all things cool and retro. Today we got a little something different for you folks. Today, Uncle BJ here with you, and I'm going to be giving you my top 10 list of masterpiece scale Transformers that need an upgrade, that desperately need a new version of, that need a little modern day take. You know what I mean? And if you don't know what I mean about that, so there's not just masterpiece Transformers, there's what we call third-party Transformers, which is other companies like X-Transbots, KFC, Fans Toys, Unique Toys, Mastermind Creations, the list goes on. Now, these are all made with the intent by fans to have a universe of Transformers that all fit in with each other and are, in, for better or worse, considered the same scale. Now, Takara and Hasbro, they do a great job at this, but they don't make every figure. And for people like me, you want the whole gang. You want all the ARC crew. You want all the Decepticons, all the Autobots, every season, every combiner team, so on and so forth. So, without further explanation, I thought I'd get into this with... I'm not unhappy. This is Blitzwing in front of me, and I'm not really unhappy with Blitzwing. I wish Fans Toys would release theirs because I've had it pre-ordered for like 8 years, but that's besides the point. An upgrade. Okay, this is KFC Blitzwing, which was, the best you could get back in the day, but ultimately he kind of sucks. He doesn't really stand up. He's clunky junky. He's not proportioned well. Doesn't feel great. Doesn't look that great. Is he awful? He could be worse. There are worse versions of Blitzwing. But now, come along 8-9 years later, whatever, what have you, we have the Star Toys Blitzwing, and he's great. He is a definite upgrade. He stands up on his own. He's very posable. He looks the part. Looks a lot more like you would see Blitzwing in the cartoon or the comics, and just looks so much better. Just such a good... He feels better. He's sturdy. He doesn't look bad. He's, he gets the job done. Is he 100% perfect? No. But he is, after 4 different Blitzwings, give or take, he's, definitely an upgrade. And that's what I mean. So let's get to it. And I'm going to start out with an honorable mention. I don't think he really needs an upgrade, but here is Rumble, and currently Fans Toys, I believe, is the best version of that. And here was the Takara version that came out some years back, and which is a definite upgrade. Looks better. It's got nice color, nice die cast, but man, he's just, I don't know. There's something about it. If you have this figure, you probably already know what I mean. Like, his arms are weird. He doesn't quite feel great. He's almost, see, look, his guns fall out. He's more of an accessory than than an action figure. If you're gonna just stand him next to Soundwave or transform him into a tape, he's fine. But to me, the cassettes were they were a simpler transformation. They're just a fun gimmick, and they were just meant to be fidgeted with and played with and transformed. So Rumble is my honorable mention. And now, starting out, number 10, Bumblebee. Now, I know you're saying, this is a new Bumblebee. It came out just a few years ago. I think it's been about 6 years now, maybe. And, man, it's not good. I don't know why people were so happy to get this. Now, I get it. The first Bumblebee, or the Bumblebee we had before him, looks stupid, really. He's just this little kind of pudgy dude. Doesn't really look great, but so this guy would be considered, aesthetically an upgrade, but if you've held this guy in your hand, he's just a jingly little thing, and it's really hard to justify this figure when Fans Toys has made a Cliff Jumper who's very similar to Bumblebee and is fantastic. He's great. You can see the feet are way better, you know. So hopefully Fans Toys gives us a Bumblebee so we can put this guy in car mode and keep him there. So Bumblebee, number 10. Moving right along, number 9, Shockwave. Now this Shockwave is pretty good. He's not bad at all. He looks great. He looks the part. I do take issue with the fact that he's a little short. You know, I always imagine Shockwave to be at least as tall as Megatron. I don't have Megatron handy to put him next to, but he's a little short. He's light. He doesn't really have any die-cast, which I would love to see maybe like a Fans Toys 2.0 or maybe an X-Transbots tackle this guy to just really knock out that look of Shockwave. And I know there's ones that people like better than this one, but I want the toon look. You know, I want that toon accuracy, and I feel like even the color could be better, you know, but Uncle BJ, that is the color he was in the cartoon. But yeah, maybe, I don't know. If you go back and watch those old VHS recordings, yeah, that's what he looks like. But I always like that nice deep purple that he was in the comic book. I just feel like that's Shockwave. And give me purple, give me dark purple, and a little bit taller, and I think we're good. I think this would be fine. And some die-cast, please. So, Shockwave. Okay, who do we have next? Number 8 is going to be Octane. Now, you know, Octane's not the most famous character, but he did star in a couple episodes of the 3rd season. And so far, this has kind of been the best version we have. This was from Unique Toys. And a lot of people hate this figure. They really dump on it. I don't think it's that bad, but it could be better. You know, it's a little janky. You know, his face looks really outdated. All of the color of the sculpt, it could just be better, you know. I think this was, yeah, it was Unique Toys. I mean, you know, I put him on the shelf. I gotta like fold his wings down just so he doesn't do the Three Stooges and knock everybody else off the shelf next to him. So, yeah, they could do better. You know, I'm thinking X-Transbots or somebody like that, maybe MMC, they could really knock this guy out of the park if Fans Toys doesn't want to tackle it. So, Octane. Number 7. Alright, number 7 is Wheeljack. Now, I think this Wheeljack looks good, but it is a very old mold now at this point, and we've seen what Fans Toys and even, you know, some new Takara bots have done that just really look good. And again, I don't think this guy looks bad. There's just kibble on him, and some of the shapes on him and just proportions are kind of weird, and it could be better. So, all right, my short and sweet little rant on Wheeljack. And number 6 is going to be RC. Now here's my Mastermind Creations RC, which I really like. In fact, my only issue with her is she's got this little kind of gap between her top of her thighs there, which is kind of weird. But other than that, I like this mold. They figured out how to do her backpack without giving her this just gigantic, crazy thing like she's climbing Mount Everest or going to the moon. And you'll see what I mean. Here is the Takara RC, which is almost better, but worse. It like maybe the color is a little better, but you can obviously see the chest and is ridiculous. The backpack is ridiculous, and you know, to be fair, I don't have her transformed all the way correctly right now, but still, even if I did, this backpack is nuts. Like, the best thing to do is just get a little screwdriver, and if you're gonna just keep her in bot mode, just take the bloody thing off and just don't mess with it. put it in that giant bag of accessories that I know you keep, like we all do. So yeah, they could do better. And also, but what about Fans Toys? Well, I don't think they did much better. This is my Fans Toys RC, and she looks like this right now because she did a shelf dive, and I just haven't had time to deal with this because she is just a loose mess. You could never connect her backpack very well, and I never did like this figure. Does it look good? Yes, but just the quality control was not there. I just want a good, solid RC that has die-cast. MMC almost nailed it. There's just maybe a few little shape things they could do better. But, RC is one of my favorite characters, and I just want her done right. I don't feel like that's too much to ask. We've gotten close. I feel like somebody could do it better. Okay, so number 5 is going to be... You thought I was going to say Starscream. No, actually, Ghost Starscream is my number 5. Now, this is the Takara version with all his kibble-jibble taken off. And I think it looks okay, because it is a ghost, Ghosts they're weird. But it's such an old sculpt. I have a pretty good version of this, but I know, like, translucent plastic, there's some of these out here that have kind of faded and worn and don't look even this good. So I really want, this is my Deformation Space Starscream, which I love, and I would really love if they just made a Ghost Starscream and got that over with. So that's what I want. Ghost Starscream by Deformation Space. Please, make it happen. Okay. And number 4 is going to be Sandstorm. I know some of you probably remember Sandstorm, but he was also kind of a minor character that popped up in the 3rd season. One of the few triple changers to get some recognition. And was a cool character, but this figure is... If it was a different character, like if they were on a team like the Junkions or something, I would say, he'd be pretty cool for an original character, but he barely looks like him. He doesn't even transform into, like, the exact vehicles that Sandstorm is supposed to be, and I just think somebody could do better. I think there's a mainline Sandstorm out right now that looks amazing compared to this guy, so come on, somebody do Sandstorm. Let's get it done. Alright, and number 3, and 1, 2, 3, Reflector. I think somebody could do a better Reflector. And I think there's 3 or 4 good Reflectors out there. I got the Fans Toys one, which in my opinion it's the best one, but it still looks really dated at this point. I think it's one of Fans Toys' most dated looking figures. Now I get it, it's hard to really get the whole toon aesthetic down pat when, you have to have one character that's 3 guys that transforms into a camera. I get it. Not the easiest task in the world, but somebody can do it. Come on. I got faith in you. Fans Toys is no stranger to doing 2.0s, They've done it with, what's his name? Not Blaster. Perceptor. So, which he's not on this list, because I think we're very good on Perceptors at this point. But as far as Reflector, yeah, I think they could do better. I think they could do better, and I think Fans Toys is probably the company to do it. Alright, so number 2 is Windcharger. Now, I'm not counting figures that have already been announced for release. I feel like they're going to do a Windcharger at some point, but he really does need a new figure. This thing is very old, and this is from X-Transbots, which has been the champ for a number of years now, but he does look weird. There's Legends versions of him, there's even Hasbro versions of him that look better than this, and I'm sure Fans Toys is going to kill this at some point, although I would like if they did a Bumblebee first. But my number 2 is Windcharger. Okay, so number 1, drum roll please. Or don't. Here he is, the bearer of the Matrix, Rodimus Prime. Alright, now, I have the Toys R Us version of Rodimus Prime, which admittedly is not as good as the Takara version, but that version isn't that great either. He's got the gray face, he's got very little die cast, I think maybe just in the feet. All his joints are wacky, you know, his hands are crazy. Just, I mean, there's parts you can upgrade him with, but it's not even worth it at this point. It's such an old figure now. He was one of the first in the Masterpiece line, which I think looks fantastic for its time, but, you know, that was in the good old days of, you know, finding Masterpiece on Toys R Us shelves, which, you know how long ago that was at this point. So, my number 1 pick, Rodimus Prime. Please, give us a Rodimus Prime. The leader of the freaking Autobots, for crying out loud. Come on, Fans Toys. X-Transbots. X-Transbots did an amazing Ultra Magnus, so I feel like they could definitely do Rodimus Prime after they get done with the other 900 things on their schedule. So, that's my top 10 list. What do you think? Do you agree? What's some Transformers you want to see upgraded? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Please give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, transform and roll out, and we'll see you.